Hi everybody, FJ here. I just wanted to do another update as it's been a few weeks since my last one, and although I have tweeted about my health, it's been a bit sporadic because my time on Twitter has been sporadic. In summary, I'm recovering, but slowly, but I wanted to explain a bit about how I've got to where I am today and having needed so much time not doing the stuff that I usually do. So I'm going to take it back because it's founded in a theory developed by a lady called Christine at butyoudontlooksick.com, who devised something called spoon theory, and by spoons I mean the actual spoons that you might eat a dessert with. What spoon theory attempts to do is to quantify your capacity for tasks in any given day. So, for example, you may start the day with 20 spoons, and at the end of those 20 spoons you should really stop what you're doing. Now, most people who don't suffer from illness, or maybe, I don't know, effects from being older, for example, you don't think about your capacity, you just do what is needed in any given day, and at the end of the day you flop into bed, go to sleep, wake up and start the day again. However, the problem with fighting chronic pain is that every single task involves the deduction of a spoon or a unit of capacity that you can put your energy and time into. So, say I started the day with 20 spoons. I don't quite count it like this, and I'll explain why in a minute. Physically getting up and managing to get out of bed uses a spoon. It's quite a big effort. Say having my shower in the morning, so I'm stood there for half an hour and getting ready. That uses probably 2 spoons of energy because it's quite a lot of time, and I'm usually in a lot of pain in my morning shower as well. If I then go on to do housework, that could be 7 or 8 spoons, 9, 10, depending on what housework I'm actually doing. And already by about 11 or 12 o'clock, I have used 3/4 of my spoons, which doesn't leave an awful lot for the rest of the day. That's the theory. In practice, I've not been very good at that. But I have tried to create for myself a simplified version of the spoon theory. So I actually don't know how many tasks I can do in a day. I haven't tried counting. Life's a bit too busy for that, even without all my digital stuff. What I do have, however, is a 3-spoon theory. So I can roughly do 3 spoons worth of intensive activities. I don't mean exercise, that is a different issue altogether. So for example, if I do just my morning routine, including tidying the kitchen down, putting the dishwasher on, that probably uses a spoon. So I'm down to 2 already. If I then try and do a blog post, that is probably my remaining 2 spoons. If I have to engage in a social situation, so say someone from church comes round, or I need to go out, say with family, that might use all of them. Now, what this actually means is I have to make sure that if I know something big is going to happen that day, or if I want something bigger to happen that day, then I need to not do an intense thing beforehand. So, yesterday is a good example of this. The house was in a state, especially the lounge and the kitchen, so I cleared it all down, and subsequently lost all my energy and wasn't able to do anything the rest of the day. I had planned to do this video yesterday, but because I did more housework than I needed to, not that I needed to, more housework than I had intended to, then I used up my allowance, and probably some, because I was just drained and wasn't really able to do anything, even with family, much for the rest of the day. So the issue there is I hadn't actually pre-planned how much housework I was going to do, and therefore whether I would even be able to do what I had planned to do in the afternoon. Today I have done the opposite, so I've done my morning routine, etc. So I've used maybe 1.5 spoons, and now I'm recording this video. I had optimistically thought I might put together an outfit blog post, but I suspect after doing this video I won't have any spoons left for that. So what I have to do realistically is trying to think that if I want to achieve something later, I have to not do as much now, or I have to rest more first and then do it. And I haven't been very good at that, which is how I've ended up getting to this point. Because for too long, I ignored that I should have limits, despite the fact that many of you are out there on Twitter and Facebook, and people who communicate with me outside of those platforms too, told me that I was doing too much. And you were right, but I didn't know how to stop and reduce it without what I thought was diminishing my contribution to the communities that I try to serve. And I effectively paid the price for that. Now, it wasn't totally down to that, but for 3 months ago started approximately a 2-month ridiculous pain level time, and a major part of that was my current medication was not functioning as well as it should, and certainly not functioning as well as it used to. So I have since that point been on new medication, which has massively helped, but equally I have had to do not a lot, apart from a lot of drawing, as you'll have all seen, because even with my pain more under control, what had happened was I'd lost all the I think I was running on adrenaline, and so I lost all the adrenaline, all the desire, all the will to make things, and the fatigue side of fibromyalgia had kicked in a lot worse than the pain. So I am still trying to get back on an even kilter, but it's not easy. So it's a long journey. So I do suggest that people have a check out at butyoudontlooksick.com and have a quick read through the spoon theory, because I don't think this analogy is purely for people with chronic illness. I think if people learnt to understand what their truly useful capacity for a day was, they might rest more and feel better as a result. So I'm going to sign off shortly, but as per the Matrix, I discovered that there was no spoon, or there are no spoons. And once there are no spoons, you have to stop. I have to stop until I've rested. So I do want to thank people who have been supporting me, encouraging me, and firmly encouraging me to rest and not to push myself. I will attempt to remember that as I get better, so that I don't reverse the improvements that I've had. And I apologise for the number of times I've said in this video, but I won't be re-recording it because that uses more spoon power. Thanks so much to everyone for watching this. This is a bit of a briefer update than what maybe I had hoped, but I didn't exactly script it. I didn't script it at all. So thanks for watching. Please do feel free to get in touch on Twitter. I am on and off Twitter more sporadically than I used to, because engaging too much in social media uses spoon allocation too. So have a good day, everybody, and I hope to speak to you soon, and hopefully I can occasionally do more of these videos so that you get to see the person behind the FJ image. Okay, take care folks, I'll see you soon. Bye.